Yep, it's that time. Let's go, y'all. What's happening, everybody? I promise you I'm not going to be before you long tonight. Um, Real quick, we're talking about the ABCs of money today, and this is my fourth day, right? I was challenged to go live every day for 26 days straight to jump off this year of 2022. Now, consistently, I'm going live, sharing value. I'm educating, and for real, y'all, I'm having fun doing this. Now, my mentor challenged me to go 26 days of consistently going live, and I started this back on January 4th, and I have until the 31st. That's 26 days to see what I come up with the 26 letters in the alphabet. And believe it or not, I'm dropping some gems about money and finances that start with each letter of the alphabet. And guys, that's the ABC challenge. Hey, what's going on? I see you. So look, let's go ahead and do a quick recap. See, first off, you got to have an abundance mentality, not a scarcity mentality, right? A was for abundance. We also talked about assets. Assets are things that make your money go up, and liabilities are things that make your money go down. Why does America teach you to have liabilities and not assets? Well, I'll tell you why. Because they take advantage of you if you don't understand it, right? Here in America, the name of the game is capitalism. Then we moved on to B. B stood for belief, right? What are your beliefs about money? What were you taught about money at a young age? Do you need to change some of your core beliefs when it comes to money? That's what we talked about. And then we rolled right on into C. And C stood for consistency and cash flow. We talked about how the different forces rob you of your cash flow and capitalism. Just giving y'all a recap real quick. So your cash flow is either negative or it's positive, right? Those are your two types of cash flow, negative and positive. And in capitalism, you need it to be positive. Why? Because in a capitalistic society, the lack of money costs you more money and the abundance of money saves you money. So in capitalism, which is what America's principles or economic system is built on, it's capitalism. If you don't understand the rules of capitalism, my people, you will continue to be taken advantage of. Look, what's up? I see you. So now look, tonight, let's get into D. D is debt. Now, real talk, you need to get out of debt. I want you guys to write this down. Interest is the penalty you pay for the right to own something in advance that you cannot afford. Interest is the penalty you pay for the right to own something in advance that you cannot afford. Now, there's two types of debt. You have installment debt and you have revolving debt. Installment debt is when you make your payments, the principal of that loan is paid first. Then the interest actually gets paid last. Now, revolving debt, on the other hand, this is what you need to get rid of ASAP. See, when you make your payments on revolving debt, the interest actually gets paid first and the principal get paid last. See, the borrower is always slave to the lender. See, when you have a lot of debt, your stress level is extremely high, believe me, because most people don't have a miniature emergency fund. That's a minimum of like $3,000 cash that you can get your hands on immediately for a mini emergency, because most mini emergencies don't cost more than that. Let's say your hot water heater goes out. Let's say your transmission in your car goes out. Any appliance that you have, a family emergency, and you need a plane ticket. See, most mini emergencies can be covered with about $3,000. Now, a true emergency fund is typically at least 6 months or more of your salary saved. This is in case something major happens. You decide to give your job a pink slip or your job decides to give you yours. You have at least 6 months, and most times it won't take you more than 6 months to find a new job or a new stream of income, right? That's a true emergency fund. See, when you understand that interest is the penalty that you pay for the right to own something in advance that you cannot afford, you gotta start looking at that word penalty. See, if interest is penalizing you for having this too soon, you have to ask yourself, do I really need it? Do I really need it right now? Write this down, guys. Another one. The middle class buys the appearances of wealth. See, the middle class buys the appearance of wealth. So check this out. If interest is the penalty you pay for the right to own something in advance that you cannot afford, why would you pay a penalty for something that you can't afford right now? Look at this. If you bought a car, you really end up buying two. If your credit is really bad, instead of buying two cars, you really bought three, but you only own one. And it's not worth anything by the time you pay it off because your credit is so bad and your interest is so high because you're buried in debt. Guys, this is a vicious, vicious cycle. How many of you guys out there can relate to what I'm saying? Look, if you're getting some value out of these videos that I am sharing, that I am on here, do me a favor and share. Click the share button right now and send this out to everybody. Because it's time that we go through these ABCs and show people that the interest that you're paying is making other people rich. But guess what? You're the one making the payments. Come on now. Hey, what's going on? I see you. Now, before I go, we're on D, right? Remember, there are two types of debt. You got installment debt and you got revolving debt. You have to destroy, that's another D, that revolving debt. Because typically that is the debt with the highest interest. Now, don't get me wrong, there is good debt. I understand that. But you got to know the difference between the two. Look, I told you I wasn't going to be before you long. That's my time. I've got 22 more days left. And if you are accepting this challenge, meaning that you're sharing it with people and you're making sure that you don't miss any day as a listener, guess what? I really appreciate you. But for those of you guys that are just seeing this or whatever, I want you to accept this challenge and I want you to rock with us. This is what we do in the extra digit movement. Now, I'm going to let y'all go and enjoy yourself. I'm Brandon Caldwell. I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.